But we're back. Streaming again. I just need to see if this is gonna work. And receiving your content.
We've got good health. It says that's good. Good health.
Good
stream
streaming
health.
yeah. Alrighty.
We don't want that stream cancer.
So we're gonna speak about Danny Green versus Mundine. Now,
Alright, yeah, the stream's good.
yeah. Interesting fucking fight. Very interesting. I'll let Dylan take the reins for a second.
Interesting judging. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Mm.
Alright, so I'm going to tell you the result. Green won by decision. But the decision was dodgy as fuck, alright? Mundine clearly dominated the fight. No rounds were dominated by Danny Green. Danny Green dominated no rounds. Mundine knocked Danny Green to his knees multiple times in his fight. It looked like Danny Green wanted to give Mundine a fucking blowjob. He kept on knocking him to his knees. Green was on wobbly legs, like, all through the later rounds. Like, do you remember Danny Green dominating any rounds? Like, I don't. Like,
No.
Mundine clearly won that fight, and I think Danny Green only won the fight because they want to make a trilogy out of this. They want more money, alright?
Yeah. Now I'll get into
But
when I saw the fight because
but
the
what-
first.
But can I just say one thing? Dodgy decisions just fucking piss me off, though. I think if a dude's won a fight, you give him the decision. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel bad for Mundine, you know, because he won that fight clearly and he dominated it. Like, he landed.
I saw Green's strategy. It was very. He was appealing to people's, I don't know, good nature. Like, he was really pandering. You could see that he was pandering a lot to the audience
He was sucking up their asses, man.
For the first half, what happened was he was doing things like playing, of course, the Land Down Under song. Fine, that's cool. Do that. But you know, there's people that are like, they'll see something like that from an athlete or whatever. Like if they're saying they're fighting for it's not even really saying they're fighting for a country, but like they'll do something that, you know, appeals to a country or a place or a people, and they'll be like, okay, well, blah 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 blah. This is gonna get me, you know, people on my side, and that's pretty much what Danny was doing a bit. He was.
Well, like, good for him, though. That's a good strategy, because Australians are really gullible. Like, he was doing all the things to suck up their asses. Like, he was, like, talking about, like, he was, like, saying, like, oh, Adelaide and that. Like, he was really trying to suck up the crowd's ass. Like, you know, playing that music like Bane said.
Things are in his favour a lot because, let's face it, he's got the majority of fans on his side. Because nobody really, it's not popular to say, oh, I'm a Mundine fan. It's not really popular to say that at all because not a lot of people like Mundine.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people like him at all.
I don't think a lot of people are going to like Green after that, because...
And it was very weird how in the first half of the fight, there was a lot of weird stuff going on with hooking and holding, because Danny would come in and he'd grab hold of Mundine and he'd be laying in like a number of shots. But when Mundine would do it back and he'd like hit one time, the referee would break it up and go, okay, no.
Yeah, the ref was acting really weird. Like,
the ref acted weird for a lot of the first half of the fight, and then there was a point where the ref was just like, okay, you know, he reached a point where he couldn't keep doing it and letting this continue, otherwise it would just look bad. It would just look really fucking bad and dodgy. It already looks dodgy enough as it is. Look at the end of the fight. If you watch it, I watched it live on fucking pay-per-view, and when they awarded the fight to Danny at the end, the fans in the arena started booing. And Danny was like, Danny was like, fuck you all, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I think Danny even knew that he was going to lose because he held up Mundine's hand like at the end of the 9th round. He said, you've got it. And he raised his hand up. And it was just like, I think maybe the judges thought, oh, because Danny's being so like a good sportsman and all this stuff, and because he's like doing certain things that are like seen as good class acts, maybe that's why they awarded it to him. But I don't think that's the reason. I feel like they want this to go to a third.
They want more money, man.
They want more money. The fact of the matter is, people like to sit down and say, wrestling and UFC, like wrestling is the only thing that's planned. Things like UFC and boxing, no, that definitely can't be planned.
Well, boxing has been planned in the past because they've actually paid boxers to take a dive, man. So the boxing has had that real like sketchy sort of background in the past because, you know, they'll pay dudes like huge sums of money just to take a dive so they can make a trilogy or something like that. And
it's not that shocking, to be honest. Like,
so they could have paid the judges. They could have. It's really possible.
They could have, man. But like, a lot of people like to think, like, no, definitely not in boxing, not in UFC.
Oh, not Mundine and Green.
No.
Oh, no way would that.
No way can something be planned or worked in the favour of someone so that something could continue. This needs to go to a third. I believe it needs to go to a third, even if Mundine fucking won, because it just needs that thing. But I feel like the judges were just like, we'll just give it to him anyway. Just
because that looks more better. Like
it looks better
like
if
selling a paper. Like, oh yeah, it's 1-1. Someone has to take it.
But it doesn't feel right because it doesn't feel like it is 1-1. It feels like 2-0.
Yeah, it does clearly.
Like.
And I've got a few friends.
Look at Danny. He looked so tired in the fight. Danny looked very tired.
I know some Green supporters who are family and friends, and they said, "Oh, Mundine took it." Like that's come from his own supporters, and his own supporters booed him in the building. Like that just tells me it all. And one thing I can't wrap my head around is how could a judge give it 90 to 98 Green? That's basically saying Green dominated the fight. He did not dominate it. Like, it's a clear domination by Mundine. All those later rounds were Mundines. Easy. Yeah. The rounds I thought Green took was round 1 because Mundine got a point deducted. And
it was a weird fight, honestly. Mundine looked very reserved, though.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to reserve himself for the later rounds, trying to tie out Green earlier on.
Like, Green was doing a lot of... I could see Green was doing a lot of work, but he was doing it while he was holding him.
Yeah, he was like
he was doing a lot of work in the earlier rounds.
And you'd put him in like that guillotine sort of position, like you'd put
he'd get his head
under his arm, and like you'd try,
and he'd start beating the shit out of him.
And you can't do that in boxing, man.
No,
you can't. That's against
the rules. Mundine
and the referee wouldn't do anything about it. He would leave for a good 10 seconds before he broke it up, like. And if Mundine grabbed him, the referee would break it up right away. He didn't want Mundine getting any shots in. But when Green's doing it, oh, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, Green, keep on doing it. I'll give you another 20 seconds before I break it up.
It's crap.
But this is one thing I don't like.
Fuck,
it's so plain and clear. Like, it's so plain and clear who won that fight. In my eyes, like, Mundine knocked Green literally to his knees. He knocked him to his knees. And Green was on wobbly legs. Like, Mundine dominated so many rounds. How could they give it to Green? I just don't understand that. Like,
yeah.
And they actually got away with it, you know, because, you know, a large portion of this Australian population goes for Green, so they're all fine with this. But well, I just hope the trilogy has better judging, because it is going to go to trilogy, guys. They're going to make so much money off this rematch. They're going to go for the trilogy for sure.
I think they both earned like $1 million each.
Or over that, probably. Way over
I heard they both earned $1 million.
Probably more, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Weird fight. Weird.
Bad decision. But great fight. Great entertaining fight.
It shocked the hell out of me. When they said it, my jaw dropped. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was shocked when they...
What the fuck was that? Like,
yeah.
I was like, dude, like clearly I could see Charles Hatley beat Mundine.
Yeah, he won that clearly.
Like that was something, because I am a Mundine fan. We are Mundine fans. Don't get us wrong.
But when we did a review, you can
We
check
are.
out. We did a review for
But I was
Mundine
kind
versus
of,
Hatley,
even
and
though
we
I'm
said,
a Mundine fan, I kind of wanted Green, and this is might be bad of me saying this, but I kind of, being a Mundine fan, I kind of wanted Green to earn a second victory, so it could go to a third. But of
yeah.
course, I'd want Mundine to win that. But I just didn't want it to happen this way.
Yeah, like it's this,
Why did it have to happen like this?
like a decision like that just really puts a sour taste in my mouth. Like, go back, search like Mundine versus Hatley review. You'll see us, right? You'll see us. We're like the top video or whatever. Check out that review. We said Hatley won that shit, so we're not being biased here. We clearly said Hatley won, beat Mundine. But this fight, it was clearly a Mundine victory. Like, he just dominated so many of the rounds, and he nearly knocked out Danny Green many times. Can you say that about Danny Green though? Can you say, oh, Danny Green rocked Mundine? He put him to his knees, you know, and the referee started doing a count. No, you can't say that about Green. Like, the rounds that Green won, they were still really close rounds. Like, Green didn't land much strikes. The only strikes he landed was in the clinch. But still, then he wasn't really landing anything damaging. Like,
no,
I never seen Mundine wobble. Mundine did that to Green though.
Yeah.
And I just know people going to comment on this video like, oh, they're just going to hate on us because we like Mundine and we thought Mundine won.
It's common. We got that in the fucking Hatley fight, man.
But let's just put away, like, your favourite, like, we go for Mundine, you go for Green, right? Let's just put that all aside. Looking at the fight, though.
I love Mundine, man.
Looking at the fight, though, did Green really win it? No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Just use your knowledge.
It just doesn't feel right. Like, it feels, even though they announced Danny Green as the winner, I've still got it in my head like Mundine's the winner. Like, it's no other fight has done that for me where I've sat down and watched it and like they're saying, okay, this guy's the winner. It's just like, oh yeah, okay. This one is just like, this guy's the winner. It's like, wait, what? What? You're saying
that's probably the worst decision I've ever seen.
He won? Fucking hell, man.
It's the worst decision I've ever seen in history.
It's the worst decision I've seen in boxing history.
Laugh it up, man. It's a pretty funny joke, eh? Like,
I know.
Fucking well done, guys. You made a trilogy. You're going to earn extra cash. Well done.
They're going to earn more money, but fuck.
Great
Good
shit.
for them. Good
Great
for
shit.
them.
You know what? Gullible Danny Green fans are going to be fucking loving this, you know? They're going to pay you more. They're going to pay main event
Facebook
more money.
is going off when I put up the status like, I'm fucking shocked. This is not right. This is just not good at all. I'm shocked right now.
You know what?
Dodgy.
Basically, they just put their fingers, their dirty fingers in your fucking wallet, and they're just taking more money. That's what they've done.
I'm going to do a third.
You're
watch
so
it.
gullible.
I'll announce
you
it
didn't
soon.
even notice.
Whether it's in a year's time or like 5 years' time, they're going to be like, here we go. We're going to do another third.
Yet another 10 years when they're fucking
Big payday.
60.
You're going to do
60,
it.
they're going to...
50.
Biggest
But
fucking
yeah, they'll be
cash
their
grab.
50s then.
Yeah, 50, yeah.
Just do it at some like rec centre.
Yeah, rec centre.
Some like really shit rundown rec centre. Oh yeah, we're going to do it for a couple million.
I just want to say something though, like, how...
A couple hundred.
I'm surprised Green didn't get knocked out though, man. He looked like he was done so many times, man. I was actually really confident Mundine was going to get the knockout, eh? Like, when it hit round 9, and round 9 was happening, Mundine landed so many big strikes. Like, I thought it was over, guys. Green
I thought it was over in the first fucking
Green had
round.
no more energy.
I know that
He was sweating.
he was on a bad angle when he hit Danny. Like, he shouldn't have been on that angle. But the ref didn't step in and say, hey, stop the fight right now. Stop. Don't hit him.
Yeah, let's talk about the controversial first round, right? People getting pissed off, right, because the ref was breaking up, but Mundine lands a punch that rocks Danny Green, and he looked like he was knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and they started doing a count on Danny Green, right? I watched the replay, right? Mundine shouldn't have threw that punch, but he didn't see the ref separating it because, like about the time Mundine throws the punch, that's when the referee's already separating it. So it's like, it's weird. Mundine couldn't react in time. He was already throwing the punch when the referee was about to like break it up. So it's like, it's not really Mundine's fault. Like, yeah, it is his fault that like it was a bad punch thrown and all that. Like, I agree, it's not good, but he, like, you have to have razor sharp reaction like speed to stop a punch like with that sort of like timing. I wouldn't have been able to stop a punch like that in that time. Like,
yeah, and do you really think the referee could have stepped in and said like, "Hey, blah 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 blah, stop right now"? I don't think the referee didn't. Like I don't think the referee even sort of like, yeah, like it's hard when it's a fight because they're fighting. You know, it's not something else where someone can just step in and go, okay.
that was controversial, but I can see why Mundine didn't like if he couldn't stop the punch in time. I could see why. But he both Danny Green and Mundine both got a point deducted in that fight. But yeah, so. But this is my opinion. Don't hate on me for it, guys. We can agree to disagree. Who cares? But I really thought Mundine won that shit clearly, to be honest.
Yeah. Same. I thought it was a clear victory for Mundine. Personally, you might think differently. Everyone's got a different, way of observing things. But come on, man. Mundine was knocked to his knees.
No, Green was knocked to his knees.
Green was knocked to his knees. Sorry, multiple times. Knocked to his knees multiple times.
It looked like he wanted to give the man a blowjob.
Do you see his face? Do you see Green's face? Green was just like every fucking round before the fucking fight would begin the next round.
Yeah.
Green would just be like he looks like he was about to fucking pass out or some shit.
Oh, that shit was funny.
Like, jeez, he's 41. And here we go. We got good old Chalk, as they like to call him. 43.
Green looked pretty bad in those last
He looks
few
older
rounds.
than him. Fucking Mundine looks older than him, but he's just still like.
But he had way more energy, eh?
He walks straight into the fight. He doesn't like to back off.
Yeah.
That's something I notice about Mundine. Every time he's fighting, he likes to walk straight into the fire.
That's what I noticed in
And he stands up tall as well. He doesn't start slouching and getting tired. Like even with Hatley, he was just always posture up, straight in his face.
Yeah. Like even when he was losing and he was getting Hatley was landing big strikes on Mundine, he still kept on coming forward,
Yeah. And that's something I admire greatly about Mundine.
That's what I noticed.
He doesn't back off and he doesn't get all fearful, like, oh, I'm rocked, I better chill out now.
I better start blocking and just hide in the corner,
You might knock me and you might knock me out, but I'm just going to still walk into your face anyway, even though it might be a stubborn, stupid thing to do. You've got to do it anyway.
But that's what I noticed in the later rounds. Mundine was the one moving forward and Green was backing up and Green was just blocking. That's all he was doing, trying to survive. Trying to just get to that great decision. Paying those judges that good, hard-earned cash,
mate,
from his 10 million pay-per-view purse.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I'm joking there, guys. Don't get butt hurt now. Don't get butt hurt. I was just joking, but
that would have been like $1 million each.
But Mundine dominated the later rounds.
Boxing,
it looked really bad for Green. Actually, it looked really bad for him.
They pay ridiculous prices in boxing for
Yeah, it's $60 pay-per-view, man. If you're buying it in HD, it's probably a $70 one.
Really? 60 for standard, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was 60 for standard.
Jesus, fucking ridiculous.
So,
no, but everyone there,
Mundine and Green would have
plus the fighters earned $1 million each for the fight.
Oh, I think Mundine and Green got way more than that, to be honest.
You think they got more than that?
Yeah,
I heard they were both earning $1 million.
That might be just to show, but then they got the pay-per-view cut as well because of the headliner.
Yeah, well, they'd get a share of the royalties and shit, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So it'd be a bit over that.
And boxing gives you a bigger pay-per-view cut,
boxing's bigger than wrestling and UFC.
Yeah, they give you way bigger cuts.
Big fucking stadium. They pack the place out. Jeez, it's massive, man.
I want to find out the attendance of that fight. because it looked like it was packed like at least 100,000.
I heard it was like 300,000 people with it. That's what I heard. I heard like there was 300. I was like, what the fuck?
Don't know if it's 300,000.
Because I watched this talk show where they're like, oh, they're getting a big payday, 1 million each, and they're packing it out, 300,000 people. I'm just like, what? That's insane. But jeez.
I just know this is going to get so many dislikes from Green supporters.
That's fine, mate. Let them dislike.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go fucking ahead.
Oh, we don't care.
But, cool. They'll take it to a third. They'll make a big payday. They'll make an even bigger payday now because that was controversial. Even the whole fans at the end of the fight, they turned on him. And he started flipping them off. He's like, fuck you all, get fucked. And then he started saying, oh, I want to thank the people that come out here for me tonight. And he just started thanking a whole bunch of people. And yeah. It's
like,
crazy.
If you're Green, you can't be happy with that performance. Like, Green didn't dominate any of the rounds. Like,
I think Green would have to be feeling pretty like, I don't know, you'd have to feel pretty dirty after getting a victory like that. I know I would. I'd probably be like, no, don't give me the victory. I'd be like, I'd probably get on the mic and say, I want your ass one more time. It's probably what I would say to Mundine. Anyway, we'll see you all later. Thank you for watching. If you like this review, go ahead and like it. Subscribe if you want to, because we do this sort of stuff. We do live stream reviews of boxing, UFC. We normally only review something though when Mundine's got a fight happening, because we're Mundine fans. We don't really watch a whole lot of boxing. We'll watch it, like, rarely we'll watch it, but we're more UFC fans and wrestling fans. Peace out. See you soon. Bye.